most beautiful women. Bo May is indeed a woman with the title of spider spirit. It was like a spider web. After all, Bo made an underground shelter in a living room. Bo May is not only skilled in wilderness construction, that jungling technique is also a duck fighting a frog on its head. Top quack level. Hide in the hole. Deep to caddies of the best bamboo rat. Unfortunately, I met Bo May, so a hot roasted bamboo rat comes to the fore. In addition to digging bamboo rat holes, Bo May is on the production of wild traps. That's also very deliberate. Check out this top-notch wooden sword trap. I'm afraid it's a wild boar, so it can be an inch northwest. In the last issue, Bo May used bamboo as the theme frame material. Yellow earth was hay as Bo May had to end the wilderness survival early. Prematurely. This also makes Bo May very sorry I came home a few days later. The dog of roast pigs in the wilderness. This time Bo May is going to try a new type of shelter. The fire is amazing. First uses the rope. 3 trees nearly 3 meters apart. Tie a rope. Form a triangle. Then I took out the plastic film along an angle of the triangle, winding back and forth in order to ensure that the plastic film has to go back and forth. In this case, the plastic film will have enough. However, the weather forecast is surprisingly interrupted the construction process of Bo May. Although the shelter was not completed, and still blocked the heavy rain. That's one of the lucky things. Heavy rain is like an ex-boyfriend. Come and go quickly. It's over in less than a cigarette. Bo May, who completed the construction of the bottom of the shelter, is to start making the stain. The wave girl uses one corner of the triangle as the base corner directly above the other than a meter above the plastic film starts with the bottom corner around a few ropes and gradually from this point of view. It feels like a spider's web. So the protector girl gave herself a shelter. A name. Not to mention pants. After the construction of this Bo May's shelter is completed, it really feels like a silk hole. And the capacity of the shelter is very good. Bo May is lying on it with the dog. That's no problem at all. The only thing wrong, insufficient lumbar support. And the transparent material has poor shading effect. Inside is however, the construction cost of such a shelter. When Bo May built a new shelter later, can stay here temporarily for a few days. Bo May also made a fire in front of the shelter. Use the hot stones can be used as a baking pan. After applying butter, you can put the steak you brought on. Look at this steak room. That's called a color and fragrance. Take a bite and the surface of the beef is burnt. It's really juicy inside. The wave girl who eats is happy, and the flower branches are trembling, and the dog on the side also eats just like this. After a delicious meal, I slept comfortably in the silk cave for another night. The next morning, Bo May, who was searching for delicious food in the bamboo that the dog befriended, is here again to find the first monkey. The arrival of the little monkey also brought good luck to Bo May. Is on the edge of the nearby bamboo forest. They say a mouse poop spoils a pot of soup. Bo May is relying on a mouse shit. The lair of the bamboo. He took the shovel and started digging. Attract a monkey and a dog. They watched directly from the side to keep the big ball ear up. Adequate protein is essential. For this, Bo May can be said to be very motivated. The princess dug deep early in the morning. As soon as the bamboo rat woke up, so there was a cry his door had been demolished. Greetings from the girl. I feel like I'm saying that this woman is so big and wide. It's so bold but and how round. Can Bo May understand rat language? They continue to dig excitedly. This time, the bamboo rat was very looking angry. Up at a 45-degree angle with half of his head exposed. Looking he traced the 2 towering peaks in front of him, watching with glowing eyes, while still screaming. While he was watching obsessively, he exposed half of his body. It was Bo May's what happened is pretty brutal. Not conducive to harmony. Anyway, it was the bamboo rat who was kicked in the way. Chop firewood. This guy come up to the wild knife in Bo May's hand. Is that really big and round? They all say high-end ingredients. Just a simple way to cook. However, good ingredients naturally require good charcoal fire. Bo May will. The bamboo rat that removed the hair and internal organs was taken out. Bamboo rat 360 degrees without dead ends. He thoughtfully built a bamboo sandwich in the middle and used bamboo. Tie the other side of the bamboo clip firmly. After a slight adjustment of the charcoal fire, Bo May put the bamboo rat on the fire. Let the guy slowly release the heat to roast the bamboo rat. Such a roasting method. Only then can it be worthy of this top quality bamboo rat meat. It's always been torturous. Not to mention the best bamboo
Stop talking
rat
about
meat.
people.
Even monkeys and dogs are eager to see through. I can't wait to fall asleep first and pounce on it. I don't know the barbecue in his dreams. Can there be such a burnt fragrance baked, by the way? 2 hours of slow baking. This is Bo May's respect for top ingredients. It is also her respect for looking at mature bamboo rat. Immediately, the dog and the monkey came to their senses. Bo May took the bamboo rat down. Then, take out the wild knife. They started cutting the front legs of the bamboo rat. Finally, after the front leg of this bamboo rat was pinched. I have to say that Bo May's craftsmanship is really good. Look at this meat. It's burnt juicy on the outside and tender on the inside. The chicken-flavored Bo May's mouth is full of oil. Fireworks, more than a delicious meal. This sentence is in Bo May well represented here. And the potato skin part of bamboo potato is very crispy. I learned it under the flesh of its back. It's also high in fat and wonder protein. Bo May is even in this wilderness. It so beautiful and delicious. Fat plus protein. One will never become a cake. Of course, good things are naturally without a delicious meal. Bo May is about to start preparing his shelter. The construction of Panzadong has relatively large after more fluffy slopes. Bo May picked up the shovel in her hand. Dig into the ground. The advantage of excavating on a slope is that soil can be the excavated soil is placed directly downhill. One out. It saves a lot of effort on both ends. But even so, this kind of excavation work is also very. After all, the lower the soil, the harder Bo May is not an ordinary girl with an unyielding spirit and an abundant physical appearance. So, my sister also spent more than a day. At noon the next day, the excavation of the pit is basically completed. The overall appearance of the pit is the front section is mainly the passage in and out. The core area of the shelter. The high platform on the right is Bo May's bed. In order to have enough temperature at night, Bo May also dug a fire pit by the bed. Of course. If you burn a fire in such a space, of smoke exhaust for this, especially dug a hole above the fire. In this case, the smoke can be discharged. When she was done, Bo May chopped down a lot of long used as roofing material for underground shelter and laid evenly above the shelter. You have to leave a hole on purpose. The position of this hole, Bo May specially set up a skylight that can be opened and closed. The skylight can be opened to view and it would also be used as window sheds for ventilation and light. As for the gate, first, he took out a hole in the ground and he made a wooden door out of sticks. Put the door shaft of the wooden door directly loaded into the hole that can be opened and closed is completed. And it works great when you use it. And finally, you put a layer of weeds on the roof. Plant some and green pests as a shelter. The entire sanctuary, it is generally integrated into the surrounding green plants. Out of pants came to the underground shelter. The bonfire in the furnace pond is burning vigorously. The skylight and door are very breathable. Bo May is not worried. There will be poisoning inside. I made the last piece of pork belly on the iron stick. I put it by the fire. This is a new celebratory meal. Looking at the roasted burnt pork belly, the dog on the side has straight eyes. After baking, Bo May took out a wild knife, crispy pork cut into pieces. Toiled for 2 days. This time, the girl can be regarded as able to. Is the food fragrant? But what the dog didn't expect. The little monkey also ate pork. If the eldest brother and the second senior brother to the west is afraid of a big fight, celestial dog, not an opponent. After a hearty meal, Bo May takes the dog. The monkey fell asleep beautifully. Bo May, who woke up early the next morning, came to the mountain. After all, the food problem needs to be solved. If there is no food, it's impossible for him to survive. Bo May is on the edge of a nearby grotto. Traces of wild animal ready to use the bow-shaped rebound of the long wooden stick. Trap. As for the attack weapon part of the trap, Bo May used a thin wooden stick tie it to the end of a long wooden stick. You can use the power of deal high damage and to increase the strike range. But a total of 3 sharp wooden sticks. Then use the vine to pull the long stick back. Wrap the vine around to within striking range. Make a set of balance trigger card slots. Once a wild object triggers the balance card, the mechanism will be triggered. It may be taken away directly on the spot. On top of setting wilderness traps, it is estimated that you can crush the waves, days when no wild Bo May didn't let herself go hungry. There is a lot of delicious food in the valley stream. This mountain crab, not to mention fat, and it was delicious. Deeply loved by Bo May. Here's what's really important. Quite a few of these mountain crabs. It's only been less than half an hour. A bunch of mountain crabs. The cooking of mountain crabs is also extremely simple. The charcoal fire. It takes up to 10 minutes to cook. After lifting the crab shell, it's called the high yellow foam. It looks very tempting. The one that allows Bo May and the dog to eat every time is called the same. But after eating mountain crabs for a few days, is also a little tired. This time when I came to check the wilderness trap, wild trap directly sent away an oversized squirrel. It can be said that all three swords I can only say that this came to the edge of the marines of fur and internal organs of the squirrel. Then a fire rises. After getting 2 brackets, then string the squirrel. The whole one was roasted on the fire, slowly roasted with charcoal fire. Squirrel meat roasted is called a burnt incense overflowing. Looks like a lot of money for the bus. Even the monkey and the dog are happily waiting on the side. In the end, it was all worth the wait. The roasted squirrel is cut by the wild knife. The crunch of the skin. The inside is full of juice. The girl picks up a hind leg. He ate it comfortably. I finished it in a few bites, then pick up the whole squirrel and hold it and chew it. After all, the crabs are tired of eating these days. Eat a squirrel like this at this time. That's just not delicious. Feasting is king, of course. What about such food? There can be no shortage of small animals. After eating this meal beautifully, Guo Mei ended this wild survival. Let's look forward to the next one.